want to talk to you today about the 5 things that people won't tell you about Mooresville when you are considering a move, because really it's not the topic of conversation. When you talk about moving to a new city, you talk about schools, safety, things to do for your family, parks, rec, all the fun stuff. But I want to dig into 5 things about Mooresville that are not a topic of conversation, but definitely you should be aware of when you're moving to town, because it's probably not going to be fun to uncover once you already move here. These things aren't deal breakers, but they're definitely informative and something that you should know when you move. Hi, I'm Alexa Jordan. I'm a local realtor here in the Mooresville and Lake Norman area. I have been a resident for over 5 years, lived in Charlotte over 15 years, so I know the area, and I get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people like you who are considering a move from out of town into Mooresville or the Lake Norman area and just curious about the perfect place to land. If you are one of those people, feel free to reach out. I would love to help. But let's dive back in. The first thing I want to talk about is the traffic in Mooresville. Yes, there's traffic everywhere, in every large town. Florida, I don't know, New York, New Jersey, Texas. I'm sure there's traffic there. I don't live there. I don't know. But in Mooresville, there is traffic, and that's something to consider depending on where you move. Everybody knows in town that there is always traffic on this road called 150. 150 stretches from east to west, and it goes across I-77. I'll show you a picture of what 150 looks like right here so you can see the stretch of 150 and where it gets congested. Now, this is a really busy road to travel because there are a ton of restaurants, shopping, food, beverages, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Lowe's, anything that you want is on 150. So that is why it's so congested. But the other reason why it's so congested is because the lights don't always line up. And it is going from a 4-lane road to a 2-lane road once you are traveling west over to the Denver side of the lake. So 150 crosses the top of Lake Norman, and it's a 2-lane road going across the lake. Now, Lake Norman High School is also on this road, which also causes backups during drop-off and pickup times. And you could take 30 minutes to travel 4 miles. So that's the road you try to avoid during rush hour. So the good news about this road, though, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that is because the NC DOT just awarded $249 million to widen Highway 150 from Highway 21 to NC 16. So from Mooresville to Denver, that road I'll show you again is in the works to be widened. Bad news right now is with road construction, there's going to be more traffic. Good news, there's a light that the lanes will be widened and traffic will get better. I'll drop the news article down in the captions if you want to read more about the road being widened on 150. Number 2 on the list of things that people are not going to tell you about Mooresville is that there are sewage spills that happen in the lake. So there are a lot of homes on waterfront and around the lake. So these things happen with people flushing things that they're not supposed to down the piping, low pressure piping, and tanks exploding and causing these large leaks. You also have tree roots that can grow over these pipes that cause a spill into the lake. Now, the most recent one actually happened in Cornelius, so it's not in Mooresville, but it does happen, and Mecklenburg and Iredell is also really great about putting an advisory out, no swim advisory, in that area until it's clean and the bacterial levels are back to normal. If you want to find out a way to get notified when these things happen around Lake Norman, there is a code that you text, and that's in the caption below. Number 3 on the list of things people probably won't tell you about Mooresville is that Mooresville downtown has a social district. What does that mean? Well, it means that people over 21 can go to these particular bars, restaurants, breweries, purchase a drink. You're not allowed to bring your own bevy, but you can purchase one and go outside and casually walk the streets of Mooresville in the desired boundary of the social district. Now, they are looking to widen this boundary and add another street, but that has not been approved yet. But the restaurants that are on the list is 158 on Main, Murdo Made Distillery, On Tap, Crafty Brews, NC Provisions, Summit Coffee, and there are some others. So I added the website to the social district information in the caption below if you want to go check that out. Number 4 on the list, which is an environmental factor, would be coal ash. So what is coal ash? Coal ash is a byproduct from a coal burning power plant and can contaminate the groundwater. Mooresville has closed the coal ash sites, but you can see on this map that I'm showing you right now where the closed coal ash sites were. So if you want to avoid that area, that is completely up to you. On this website as well, it's the Division of Waste Management Site Locator. You can also find things like other leaks and spills that are environmental in the area, hazardous waste facilities, brownfields, and important information that you need to know when you are relocating to a new area, a new town, and want to keep your family safe. Number 5 on my things people will probably not tell you about moving to Mooresville is that there is actually a little town called Mount Mourne between Davidson and Mooresville. So when you're looking at a map going north, you see Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, Mooresville. People skip over Mount Mourne. It's an unincorporated community, but it does house a cute little post office that has been there since 1805. And it's about 3 miles in radius, but a lot of people overlook this town, but it is in between Davidson and Mooresville. So we reviewed 5 things that people will probably not talk to you about Mooresville, but they definitely are important, and I don't want you to be blindsided when it comes to relocating to Mooresville and having to uncover these truths on your own. I will say Mooresville is one of my favorite towns here in Lake Norman. It is growing fast. The downtown is absolutely beautiful. It's growing, it's thriving. There's so many local restaurants and shopping and coffee shops and breweries and social districts, and there's so much things to do for families, for kids. They have 2 great libraries in Mooresville, so there's always something to do for the kids, always something to do for the parents and the community. They shut down Main Street a lot of the time for parties and parades, holiday events. The community is just so welcoming. If you do want to learn more about Mooresville and what it has to offer, feel free to check out my other video about Mooresville right here. If you are considering a move and want to talk to a local realtor, feel free to text, call, email, whatever's easier for you. I am here to help, and I will catch you on the next one.